Imagine living with one of the angriest paranormal entities imaginable. Just a few months ago, we saw a video from Wally where a kitchen knife was flung into the air seemingly by an unseen force. Sadly, it appears this spirit hasn't vacated his home, as evidenced by his latest video. Josiah, captured in this footage, is simply trying to unwind and use his computer when he begins noticing some strange occurrences. Take a look for yourself.
What the f was that all about, dude? What the f is that all about?
As you watch the video, you can sense that something isn't right. It's obvious that Josiah is feeling more than a little uneasy about everything happening around him. And it's honestly completely understandable. While this clip might not be the most extreme example, it's still pretty unsettling. A reminder that spirits have a way of making their presence felt, even in the most unexpected moments. The footage you are viewing is security footage from inside a Mexican Blockbuster store, dating back to November 2007. It was uploaded by a YouTuber named Free98. The CCTV footage is recorded overnight during the store's closed hours. However, just because it's closed to the public doesn't mean it's off limits to spirits. Around the 1 minute mark, we witnessed an overnight stock employee going on about his duties when something strange and unexplainable suddenly occurs. Despite the unsettling occurrence, the man persists in his duties. However, the situation takes a turn for the worse and gets even creepier from this point on. Take a look for yourself. Remarkably composed on the surface, this guy seems unfazed. Personally, I reckon most of us would want to get out of there as fast as we can if we ever found ourselves in a situation like this. And I doubt this particular employee feels any nostalgia for Blockbuster anymore like the rest of us do. Not after going through something like this. This next video was shared on the widely popular ghost subreddit just a few days back. It starts off innocently enough, depicting an ordinary forest at night. But within moments, the atmosphere takes a sinister turn. In this video, the tree is constantly moving throughout its entirety, and there doesn't seem to be any wind to blame. It's quite unnerving to witness, but what really sends chills down your spine are the monkeys captured in the footage. They don't look like your typical monkeys at all. Instead, they have a strangely humanoid appearance. Take, for example, the moment one of them stands upright and walks in an odd manner. It's puzzling to say the least. What could these creatures be? Everybody has their guesses, but nobody knows. This video is easily one of the most bizarre ones that I've seen in a while. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on what's happening here, and if anyone has any insight into what these strange monkey-like beings could be, let me know in the comments. Here's a video from a TikTok user known as Grand Devil, shared on March 24th, 2024. As you watch, the uploader records the inside of their living room, with the house being eerily silent. And at first, it looks like just another random clip, nothing particularly noteworthy happening. But within a few seconds, it becomes evident that something is seriously amiss inside the uploader's house.
Siguen los sonidos en mi casa muy extraños. ¿Qué coño? ¡Oh! ¡Para! ¡Joder, tío! ¡Para! ¡Para! ¡Joder, tío!
Suddenly, a sound echoes from the kitchen, catching the uploader's attention. Curious, they head over to investigate. But despite their efforts, they find nothing out of the ordinary. However, just a few seconds later, the eerie sound returns, sending chills down their spine. At this point, you can imagine this TikToker is absolutely terrified, trying to make some sense of the chilling events unfolding in their own home, but just when you think it couldn't get any scarier, there's one last fright before the video comes to an end.
Si lo están viendo, lo estoy documentando todo. Esto va peor. Joder, tío. Ay!
Regrettably, this video doesn't offer much context, but I think it's safe to assume that the uploader must have experienced some unsettling paranormal events prior to filming. Perhaps that's what prompted them to start recording in the first place. If it turns out that their house is indeed haunted, it might be a good idea for them to start browsing the real estate market for new homes, because I would not stay there. Imagine you're outside, returning home, looking forward to relaxing for the rest of the day. It's a routine we all do without a second thought. Unfortunately, for this woman, that routine will never feel the same again after what unfolds in this video. We watch as she approaches her front door, ready to enter with her baby. She manages to get inside safely, but moments later, something chilling happens. This creep appears out of nowhere, right at her front door, and does something unsettling. Thankfully, the homeowner had the presence of mind to lock the door after entering. Who knows what terrible things could have happened if she didn't do that. This video really makes you question your sense of safety around your own neighborhood. A reminder that even on our own doorstep, we're never completely immune to potential dangers. This is why you should have a Ring camera and a weapon at home for situations like these. In this TikTok video, a security guard who works the graveyard shift at an undisclosed location shares footage of his nightly rounds at work. As he goes about his duties, some seriously bizarre occurrences unfold around him. Take a look yourself. There's a barrage of mysterious banging noises echoing from nearby. It seems like someone is forcefully tapping on the glass window. But when the uploader rushes to check the other side, there's no one in sight. This naturally raises the question, what exactly was behind this eerie activity, these noises? The uploader was so spooked by the situation that he decided to hand in his 2-week notice and quit his job. And honestly, who can blame him? In this video shared on the Ghost subreddit by user Best of Views, we're showing surveillance camera footage of what seems to be a bar or restaurant during its closing hours. Normally, there shouldn't be anyone inside, whether it's an employee or a customer. At first glance, it looks like typical security camera footage. Nothing out of the ordinary. But that perception quickly changes. To understand what's happening, pay attention to the bottles on the left side of the screen. Once you see what unfolds, you'll be left scratching your head, hungry for answers. Take a look at this footage.
Watch the tequila bottle on the left. See that? Watch the tequila bottle on the left. See that?
This video is undeniably bizarre. When I first watched it, I was half expecting these bottles to topple over or shift around on the shelf a little bit. But instead, it's like something from behind pushed them, even causing them to explode mid-air. What makes it even spookier is that this happened when the establishment was closed. So the only possible explanation would have to involve an employee, right? But then again, it could also be the work of a poltergeist as well. Either way, it's a strange and creepy piece of footage that will leave you guessing for quite some time.